Hi guys, here's a pistol that's got quite a following in the US. Initially, it was just seen as a cheap alternative to a Browning high power, but as years went by, people come to appreciate them. And this is a FEG, made in Hungary, right over there, and it is generally what's called the P9. Now, FEG got the license from FN to produce high powers in 1973, and they made these from 1973 until they went bankrupt in 1995. In 1996, a new company called FEG Army, they they resumed production, but they were actually not making these. So what they were doing is there were a bunch of parts left from the original FEG, and they then just assembled pistols out of those parts from 96 until 2002, and then it finally disappeared. Now, this is just a copy of an early model Browning high power. You can see this one was imported by KBI in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. They all have the B prefix on the serial number, the FEGs, and they all come with the magazine block. Um, Safety, this one's been removed, but they all come with it. And also, you got the serial number on the front of the grip there. But the bluing is just exquisite on these FEG pistols. Really, really nice. I cannot recall that I've ever seen an FEG or a FEG marked like this in South Africa. I mean, they are there, and they all of them are marked Luger M80, and then made by FEG. And FEG made these guns for a company in Austria that was selling them under the brand name Luger, and obviously they found their way across the world. The same gun was also made with a Mauser under the Mauser name for a company in Germany, and FEG also supplied the original frames and slides for the Karin Mark One in Israel in the late 80s. An interesting side note on these was that sometime in the late 80s, 87, 88, the delegate of Iraqis went to the FEG factory to try and buy some guns, and they somehow just assumed that these are Browning high powers, and a FEG employee showed them the FN license, and they thought, well, these are they Brownings. So and they expected Brownings FNs. So FEG then produced a bunch of fake FN Brownings, and they had them stamped Fabrique Nationale, Browning patent, the whole bang sheet on there, and sold them on to the Iraqis. Some of those did find their way out. I know a batch of them ended up in South Africa, because in the late 80s, I never wanted to buy didn't want to buy a Browning high power because of those fakes, and I wasn't sure how to distinguish between the fake and the real Browning. Remember, this is before internet. So I kind of just stayed clear of the Brownings. And I remember in one of the local gun magazines there was an article on that, and they speculated. They didn't know where they came from, didn't know who made them. Subsequent to that, we've now found out that they were made by FEG and sold to Iraq. The one sure way to identify those fakes is that the fake has the FEG prefix, like this B, and all those fakes had either a B or an L as the prefix. The other way is on the serrations on the slide. A Browning has got 23 serrations, all the same size on the slide. the FEGs as well as those FEG fakes, they've got 22, and the last one, the 23rd one, is not a full serration. They call it 22 and a half, because it's kind of not the same width as what the other 22 are. So it's got 22 and a half, and these have got 23. The other way to the other difference is, if you look at that area behind the trigger, it's kind of rounded on the FEG as well as on the fakes, and on the Browning you got a bit of an angular, like a blocky angular corner there. There's a definite line there and a definite line there. And on the fake, or on the FEG and the FEG fakes, you got a bit of a line over there, but that is rounded away. And I think it would be pretty cool to get one of those now. Didn't want one back in the 80s. I'd like to have one now. And FEG supplied, the raw castings to a lot of companies. I believe Springfield Armory also fooled around with these, in the day, and a myriad of other companies that try to build their version of the high power. Alright guys, hope you found that interesting. Stay safe. We talk again. Cheers.